How to process your inbox twice a week. Hey, it's Anthony Iannarino of thesalesblog.com, right here, youtube.com/Iannarino, and the author of The Only Sales Guide You'll Ever Need, available at Amazon.com right now and also at Barnes & Noble. A week ago, I wrote a post about how I process my email just 2 times a week, and it got a lot of attention, and oddly enough, a post about not living in my inbox brought me a lot of email. And most of the emails said something like, you need to share this, it's been super helpful to me, it's important, and I decided I would go ahead and put that content here for people who prefer this video format better than the written format. So here's what I do to process my email 2 times a week. I'll tell you what this workflow looks like for me. What it looks like is, first thing, I don't get into my inbox and live there all day. So I don't have airmail, I don't have it up all day, I don't have Gmail up all day. I close my browser and I close all the programs that I'm not using except for what I'm typically working in, whether it's a spreadsheet or Ulysses, the app that I used to write, or OmniFocus, my task manager. So everything is shut so that I can be focused and do work. And what I do is I work for 90 minutes at a time, uninterrupted. And during that 90 minutes, I'm not checking my email. I'm not checking text on the phone. I'm not doing anything except really focusing on that work. And then after 90 minutes, after I get a first big block of work done every day, then I'll go and I'll scan the inbox. And what I'm looking for is anything that's really important and really urgent at the same time. So I'm looking for what that, I would call it quadrant 1 under the Covey quadrants or the Eisenhower matrix, if you're familiar with that. It's urgent and it's important, so I have to take a look at it and see what's there. I'll respond to those emails in real time, but then the rest of the email that doesn't look like it's urgent or important, both will just sit and wait until later on when I have another chance to look at the email. Then I'll go back to working and doing another 90-minute block at that time. This allows me to stay out of the inbox altogether. So the first rule, stay out of your inbox. The second, work in 90-minute blocks and then just do a scan. Don't worry about getting all of your email processed because you don't get paid for doing email and there's no prize for getting to inbox 0. You don't get a bonus. Nobody comes and says anything. They have no idea how many email you have in your inbox or not. So it really doesn't matter. And then the third thing I'll tell you is that when you process all of your email at one time. So what I do on Wednesday morning, I process my entire inbox. There's 5 of them. I take them all down to 0, which means I reply to every email in the inbox. I archive every email that needs archived. And I take anything that's a task and I move it onto my task manager, OmniFocus. So I've got a record of the task and I can put it into my workflow and decide when am I going to respond to this, or when am I going to write what needs to be written, or whatever the case may be. So that's what you can do to process it twice a week. And then between Wednesday and Saturday, I let it go again. And I don't worry about what's in there. If it's not important and urgent, I leave it alone, and then Saturday I get back to it again. So if you've ever emailed me and you thought, I wonder if he's really going to write me back, I am going to write you back. It just probably isn't going to be right now. And if you've ever called me and said, did you get my email? And I say no. When did you send it? And you say right now. You can know for certain that I won't have gotten it because I keep the inbox closed. I only work in 90-minute blocks without looking at email, and then I'll take a quick scan. After that, everything's waiting until it makes sense to do that work because it's a different kind of work than your most important tasks. And I'll leave you with that note because here's the thing. If you live in your inbox, you're trading a task that's probably mostly trivial, mostly meaningless, for something that's the most important task that you have to do and that's really going to drive your results and create purpose and meaning in your life. I doubt that you can find purpose and meaning in your inbox. It's somewhere else. Go and do that work. I'm Anthony Iannarino. Do hit the subscribe button down there somewhere so you can be here with me every day. And go out and visit me at thesalesblog.com. Do sign up for the newsletter, my best work in your inbox every Sunday. And I promise it's not a waste of your time. And until then, I'll see you tomorrow because this is every day.